Yeah, no, I wanted to put this in the final build. I mean, just take a second to look at this. This is all Josh, the third city. This is what he gave us when his creative juices were a-flowing.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. He did give us, like, he hit me with a ton of lore. I'll tell you that off camera, but, like, I think we have to fill in the gaps in terms of, like, what kind of customs and stuff. But he based it a lot on his country, like, and how much jade influenced the actual mineral jade and all that. And I'm like, oh my god. Josh, you are a beast. You are a jerk. Like I said, it's all going into the final build, man. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to Foxtrot Plays God of War Ragnarok. We're here with Doug, and we're still looking for this door for Atreus, so shut the hell up.
Okay, if you're hearing me like a lot closer, that's because I am out and about. Like I'm out in Binghamton, and my laptop's like right in front of my face.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, dude! I watched last week tonight with John Oliver, both specials, because like one was talking about like the homeowners association, and the other he literally delved into a piece about Chuck E. Cheese. It was one of the most.
Yeah, I hadn't watched that one yet because I saw he split them up.
Feel a breeze. You might be able to get out of here.
So I saw the homeowners association, but not the Chuck E. Cheese one yet.
Oh my god, fix that today. It's so funny. Oh man. Also, like, get this. So, one thing, like, so I'm in Binghamton with my folks. So I'm like, I saw my sister, I saw my mom. My sister introduced me to Just for Laughs. It's like this Canadian version of Candid Camera.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't even say it. We're gonna find him.
Shut up, Atreus. No one likes you.
There's a door on the other side of the cabin. Let's go.
It's facts. It's fine.
It's like, so I'm watching it because it's on YouTube, and like some of the things they were doing were just off the just wow. I'm serious. Like there was this one bit where like a kid was like this boy was playing around with dolls or what have you, right?
Yeah.
Police officer comes up, like he's in on the bit. He's part of the crew, so he takes the dolls, throws them in the trash, right in front of these onlookers, and they're just all like horrified. Officer gives this kid a hockey stick. He's like, no, play with that. So the kid turns around, uses the hockey stick, just gives him full on, just 100%, just on the officer's groin with the hockey stick. Then he just throws the hockey stick down, gets the dolls, and starts playing with them again. The onlookers are just all like, what?
Okay.
It was one of the funniest things. I'm watching this, I'm all like, is this real? And like me and my sister were just watching this, laughing ourselves retarded. It's one of the greatest. I think my brother introduced her to that. But like either way, it was. I'm so happy. As soon as like that same night when I was watching it, like it was time for me to head to bed or whatever, made a beeline to my to one of my laptops because I brought both of them, and I went like I instantaneously subbed, I instantly subscribed to them, and I have not looked at no regrets.
Dead.
It's great. That's so weird. Like this it's like there was another bit where they were making fun of this kid. Like these bullies were just making fun of this kid. So he has like this like a suit, like suit pants and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
So then he goes so he runs into the porta-john, like, crying and stuff like that. Adults are just like, oh man, how could you? And, like, one of them did try to, like, chastise the bullies or whatever. And then, like, next thing you know, they see the porta-john, like, rocking back and forth. Then it explodes. You see a dude, like wearing, like, the kid clothes, but he's, like, a Hulk. And he chases the bullies.
What?
Oh my god, it's great, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's just, it was it. Oh, like. Hey, is that a king-sized Ted? That sounds like a king-sized Ted.
There's another door. Let's beat these guys and check it out.
Yeah, that's a king-sized Ted. I was right. It was a king-sized Ted.
Yep. It's the one that spawns those.
Oh man. So, like.
But I'm not going up there. I'm over it. It's gonna be a whole roll and tumble, and then he's gonna have unblockable move. No, not doing it. You can die from here.
Wait, you can do burn damage. That's awesome.
Yeah, it builds up. I think one of the... No, that was for the ice. I thought I put a rune on there to boost it.
That's
Downside,
fine.
Kratos is too old to cancel out of a move and just die.
Yeah. He needs well, no. He needs some electrolytes. You know, I gotta admit, when he's doing that, when he's twirling the blades of chaos like that,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like he kind of reminds me of that one dude who was clanging the bottles in the Warriors at the final scene. I really just want him to just start saying, "Warriors, come out to play." Oh my goodness, yeah, this is just like, oh, I'm getting all that, I'm getting those types of flashbacks. I don't know why it took so long for me to, like, realize that. But then again, like, some, like, rewatching some of this stuff, like, I'm like, so much, just makes me realize how, because currently I'm doing the best of clips for God Eater 3. Or rather, that's basically done.
Yeah.
And when you see the chest again, I mean, that chest.
I told you. It is completely unnecessary for the way they present it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing for her to have, like, oh, I have a big overcoat, my chest is noticed. But upon arrival, it's encased in just lace. Just out there. And you're like, okay, she's sitting in the ship. So maybe. But then she comes out to the ship, and she's still in that. So you're like, girl, that's a lot of breast. It does not need to be out there all the time.
It's not just that. I mean, like, the way your main character was, like, the only one to try to avert her eyes. She was looking everywhere but that rack. For those who are wondering, we did a thing on God Eater 3, like, a while ago, and one of the characters has breasts the size of Jupiter, and I mean each tip is the size of Jupiter. So
she might challenge them. I don't know. She has 2 of them. She might be able to take it on.
And they're just on, like, full display. I was caught off guard, because when I first saw it, it was zoomed in, and I was just all like, okay. Then it was zoomed out with all the context, and I was just like, what? And Captain was like, yeah, exactly, like what he's saying right now. And, like, Captain K's...
Officially, if you look at her design, her spine should snap like a twig. There is no way she is that top-heavy, but not bottom-heavy, and is sustaining that top without a voice.
Mm-hmm. So Captain K's main character, her name is Ella. And, like, she and, like, the crew that led her to that point, like, her boss her like companion and her other coworker or whatever, they're just like eyes locked on the chest. Not Ella. She was just like trying to look away. And her assistant, and like that lady's assistant, just did not care. And we had such a field day with that. And the weird thing is, I brought that up again, like during an episode of the Slab Lounge, and I'm just all, and like it still hits hard. You know, it's just, man. Oh. Yeah, I know. Well, at least you don't see Odin's bird. Man, speaking of like one of the things I really gotta do, I rather start doing, is like, wow, way to sound defeated, Atreus.
He should sound defeated.
Yeah, okay, I get. Well, I mean, it is.
He's making me run around this whole mine looking for a door. There's multiple doors, but anytime a door isn't led to it, he's immediately just like, ooh, let's go look for the other door. And it's like, I hate you. I if you fell in one of these pits, I'm gonna leave like it never happened.
You know,
if they ain't here, who's gonna judge me? Sindri? We see how that ends.
What's, you know,
judgment.
It's hilarious how you bring up the door, because you sound exactly like remember we were doing like because I did do a funny moments of Ninja Gaiden. I intend to come out with that soon. And the first episode, when Ryu was going through that ninja fortress, who leaves a map? Who leaves a map of the fortress in a box in the damn fortress?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Why? If someone was invading, why would you be like, here, have this map on the first floor when you're coming in?
Yeah, that's exactly what you said, like when you were talking about the door.
It's just so, well, at least it's nice to know that Ryu is not the only person who decides to daintily but yet power kick a chest open. There are many other protagonists who do that. I've played enough games.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what was that?
I thought one of them would only do it like just because it was like other things, but in cutscene he was still like, ugh! And I was like, okay, cool. That's just your regular form of opening things. I'm cool with that.
Wasn't there wasn't there a Ninja Gaiden clone that you played? I think it was called like Ninja Blade, and the guy was called Ken?
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a while.
Well, yeah,
It was depressing too.
Oh my.
You're trying to be Ryu, but can't quite.
Mm-hmm.
Should be clear now.
Yeah.
I love how like things in the game now are doing the way that was before, where like Atreus is just watching. He's like, hey, I can break that. Clearly knows he could break it. Doesn't break it. But in all the other things, where it's like only a Kratos thing can do, he's like, hey, why don't you do this? Hey, why don't you do that? But then you sit there and look at those green rocks, and it's like, I don't hear, hey, why don't I shoot those?
Yeah, right? Oh my.
What's going on? What's going on, Atreus? Ah. Solitude.
Yeah, right? Because, like, well, it's not necessarily
It's enough. The boy is far enough.
Yeah, but you could still hear his, like, you know, erection.
He's far enough away I can go out the door and he can't get to me. That's far enough.
Why does that matter?
Wow, yeah, that's true.
And you did the right thing.
War does not measure the strength of man. I hope one day you understand.
I don't want to understand. I'm Atreus and I'm going through puberty.
Thought we already went through that. You're not allowed second puberty.
You're not allowed a second puberty.
We went through that arc already.
I guess. Well, I mean, God, like, imagine.
I will accept teen angst, but we will not continue puberty. That's too much.
Hell, I wouldn't accept neither. Are you kidding me? I don't want to have any form of teen anything. Good lord, I went through puberty. I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to see anyone going through that. Even though
it's hurtful to people.
Yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like have to deal with that eventually when well, no, because because I'm teaching, because I'm also at Lemon Grove Middle School, so I already know that I'm good. Like, kids are going through puberty. Oh god.
Don't mind me. It's me trying to strategize the fuck this is.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just more along the lines of you have solitude, and I don't want Atreus talking to me.
Yeah. If I do things, he talks. just moment of silence.
Yeah. I'll give you a moment of silence. Wait, what was I? Oh no, I'll give you a moment of silence. Warriors, come out to play. God knows oh my goodness. How long? Why is that movie still in limbo? Like, they've been saying, like, oh, the Warriors is gonna make another movie. We're making another Warriors movie. You've been saying that for, like, the past 10+ years.
Doesn't mean they're not. Just means they may not have gotten somebody to put it or, found the person who's like, yeah, I'll agree to be in it.
I mean, I guess. Weird enough
that... I mean, even though everybody else can feel like, oh, this is gonna be an awesome win, talking other people who want to give them money to that awesome win is different.
Yeah.
Especially if they weren't originally fans.
I could see that.
So that's probably what it, because that's why some of the things that are only just now coming out of the woodwork, it's like, oh, someone's willing to give me money for it? Okay, well, I can finally bring this back. It's like, someone probably wanted to. And it sat there, but it was just like, oh, no one's going to give me money for that, so I guess not.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because me and a friend brought up, all these different things came back to life, Thundercats and everything, and it was like, yet Pirates of Dark Waters sits over there.
Hey,
we have the CGI to make the perfect Dark Water now.
Hey, how do you think I feel?
And it sits. We could have live-action Monkey Bird.
Yeah, but I still want Captain Planet. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah. Although it's kind of hard to follow up Don Cheadle.
That is true. Which is weird. Wait, Darkwater was made by Deke, right?
I think?
Because if it was the same studio behind Captain Planet, I did some digging. I was wondering, I was like, wait, does Disney own Captain Planet? No, whoever owns TBS has the rights to Captain Planet.
I don't think they directly have it, but I'm not sure who TBS has always felt like an outlaw.
Well, I don't know who owns TBS.
No one really talks about their business deals that much, so I don't really know.
That is true. I mean, because TBS, they do nonstop marathons of Big Bang Theory or American Dad or what have you.
Yeah.
Which is
it's just they seem to be able to pick up what they choose to pick up. Mm-hmm. But I don't know who they're under, because they do sometimes play things that would technically be under someone else.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, maybe they're just a station that's just literally for the broadcast.
Maybe, but it pisses off Robert because he was all like, why do they play Fast and Furious marathons?
No one needs that.
Preaching to the choir, I really don't. Well, to be fair, I kind of don't care about Fast and Furious. I mean, I don't mind making fun of I didn't mind doing those Fast and Furious themed pickup lines, but it was just
if you're gonna remake Fast and Furious, at least make it animated, because then the ridiculousness will at least be like, okay, it's animated.
Well, yeah. Well, you won't. Yeah, I mean, because look at Initial D. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I only watched 2 episodes of it. I didn't even know it was a manga until someone was telling me about it. And I'm just all it's just okay.
I technically knew it was a manga before the anime, but I saw clips of the anime, so I just never had fully watched it, and then was like, Oh, that's that manga of those clips that I saw.
Yeah, like,
It's because it usually goes one of two ways. Either one, I'm watching an anime and then I'm like, I feel like there's a manga that has more backstory that I'm not getting, and then I go look. Or I stumbled upon a manga, and I have to debate, depending on the criteria, does an anime exist, and will an anime ever exist? Because things like Godchild, that's not getting an anime. I'm sorry. It promotes that they're trying. They've been in talk for years. They're not. Because the premise of the story, when you get towards the end, is so fucked up, you're not gonna animate that. You're not. Not by action purposes, but just when you have to actually make that plot.
oh, okay.
So there's plot reasons why I'm like, no, that's not getting made. They have to reveal a specific thing for that to make sense, and it's gonna make the whole thing awkward. But since you don't know in the beginning, you're already really entranced in the story, so when you get slapped with it, you're just kind of like, alright, I'm here. Let's do this.
Well, what's that particular thing about?
It's about the person who's called the Earl of Poisons. And most of the stories will follow, I guess you could say, the theme of what nursery rhymes would be. Like, there's one story that involves Solomon Grundy. So it takes place, the whole chapter takes place unfolding over the same time frame as the rhyme for Solomon Grundy. Which, of course, he's still going to die at the end. It's just how he dies in this story is different. But it's still per the nursery rhyme. But when you get past those, because that's the beginning kind of part of it to get you all acquainted in there. But when the plot hits, and the plot, you find out that, like, your main protagonist, he has golden eyes. Why does he have golden eyes? Because he's an incest baby. But he's also in love with his sister, who is also an incest baby. And they've been, like, captured by their uncle. It gets weird. Like, it gets... Him being the Earl of Poison, there's a lot of poison. And a lot of various forms of poisoning throughout there. You get to see a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to ruin it because it is good story, and it even has its own little pre-arc chapter of book that exists. It's like the Kane saga that leads up to the point of where the story starts. So it gives you a full, complete thing. So you better understand why the hell these relationships are the way they are. Because,
okay, that happens.
It gets weird towards the end.
I'll take okay.
Not like I said, it's not bad, and it's not like animation weird. It's just like when you have to explain the story and explain how the characters are connected, you start feeling dirty. So you're just like, oh, you went, And so yeah, it's easier to read than it is to have a character act out.
Wow, that does sound okay.
Yeah, I learned that with because I don't know if it. I think it does have a manga, but Ren, Daughters of, I always fuck up the word, Mimosin, I think it is. Anyway, that word, like that anime, that slapped me out of nowhere too, because it was just like, oh, here, follow the story of like an immortal who goes through time. And you're like, okay, first episode, death, shot in the head. Also wakes up and drinks vodka first thing in the morning. And you're like, what the?
Okay, that happened.
Then later you introduce that there's fucking angels, but the angels eat the immortals, but immortals are only women. So specific reaction to an angel being there is unrequited quivering and lust to be with them. Which is that, but then they eat them.
Ugh. Well, I think there was like an anime similar to that Gabe was telling me about. He wanted to he was like kind of into, because like in order for the war, like it was like a brother and sister that eat each other like on the daily in order to survive or something like that.
I vaguely that sounds familiar. It's not that one, but that does sound familiar to me.
Yeah.
I think I somewhat remember hearing about that one.
Oh God.
But yeah, no, and then not to mention one of those deaths is literally her going through a jet engine. So she falls through the jet engine, so she's dead, and then she reincarnates. But this time, since that was such a thorough death, you have to go through a "I must get my memory back" episode.
Not just any.
Because jet engine.
Yeah, you're getting mulched. God.
You're not coming back that intact. But and then towards the end, when you find out about the main arching villain, oh God, because then it's like, it's bad enough. It's looked like a little boy the whole time, but then the little boy turns around and is like, "Hey, I'm also a hermaphrodite," and you're just like, "What?" What? And then prominently wants to be naked all the rest of the last episode. You're like, stop, just stop, boy. Stop.
Yeah, no, yes, no, stop, please, God, ew.
That was my issue with like Vampire in Dance in the Vampire book. I like the story, but the vampire you picked wants to stay in like a 10-year-old girl's body and walk around naked the whole anime. I can't watch this. I can't. There's like one episode where she transforms back to her proper form, and you're like, okay, cool. And then immediately back in child body, naked. Girl, no.
Yeah, that does sound weird.
Trying to get me arrested by the FBI.
Wow, they that.
Yeah, I was done. I was almost at time anyway. I was like, fuck yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, because actually that kind of brings up, talk about bringing this full circle. So the just for laughs, right? They actually did have a kid in like, you know, all black trench coat, and then like if another kid comes by, flash him. But like the thing is, he actually did have like shorts and a t-shirt, but it was just completely covered in that black trench coat. So they'd have like onlookers just like, the fuck. So he did try to flash like the adults, and the adults are like, no. Yeah.
But join us next time while, you know, I hope Atreus falls in one of the holes in the mine.